the South Bank Centre, London, setting for the 4th Self-Publishing Show live event. It's the biggest event of its kind in Europe and attracts independent self-published authors from as far away as Australia and New Zealand. With 2 on-stage appearances, best-selling crime author Rachel McLean is in demand, from interviewers and also from fellow authors, keen for advice and a chance to share their experiences and stories. Rachel's first appearance was on day 1, part of a 4-way panel discussion about audiobooks with representatives from big audio companies and streaming giant Spotify. Rachel explained her plans for this Listeners Club.
I'm doing a lot of work with marketing my audiobooks directly to readers. I've got a Listeners Club which is separate from my Readers Club. So I have 2 newsletters, one is for readers and one is for listeners. And the purpose of my Listeners Club is to really nurture those listeners and to make them feel valued by me because they're getting something over and above what they would get as an ebook reader.
So I'm on my way to my talk now, where I'm going to be talking about your author career, the next step in your author career, identifying opportunities that are available to authors right now, and helping people pick which ones are right for them based on their readers, their books, their personality type, where they are in their career and what the next steps are for them. So hopefully it will help people get through the myriad of information that they've had over the last few days and choose what they're going to use and what they're going to benefit from. So let's go backstage. The bowels of the South Bank Centre. This place is fascinating. It's a maze. It has pianos because they have musical performances. So backstage there are pianos that you can tinkle on if you're that way inclined, which I'm not. I'm not listening at all. I'm wondering if there's somebody who can let us in. Hello, let's get backstage because I'm doing a talk next. Thank you. So here we are, signs to photographs. On the side, this is the stage. Luckily I know where I'm going because I've done this a few times before. The first time I came, I thought it would be a great place for a crime novel. Imagine dumping a body in somebody's rooms. There are loading bays and nooks and crannies and stairwells, all sorts of places. And can you imagine a drama if you were setting a murder mystery in that? You've got all the theatrical themes, you've got music, you've got this iconic mid-century building. So we're going to go through what I think is a loading bay. Biggest telly I've ever seen. And then we will soon be backstage. Look at this mid-century wood-clad walls. You don't get that anymore. It's cooler down here because it's lying down, which is good because it is boiling hot up there. They always pick the hottest day of the year to have this event. Hello.
Social media. Read a sample and audio clips. You've all visited Amazon, you've all seen the book covers, you've all seen underneath. You can read a sample.
Have a seat, have some fruit, have some water.
Another strong thing, you might have some quizzes or questions or talking points, and then you can approach lots of book clubs and say, hey, I've got some resources on my.
Right, here we go. This is our final session before lunch and then for our final afternoon. I'm delighted to have our next speaker on stage. She's always brilliant, always motivating, and is backed by popular demand. So Rachel McLean, crime and mystery best-selling author, Kindle Storyteller Award winner, inspirational talk for authors, selling but not full-time, making a living but wanting to expand. And a big thank you to our sponsors for this session, Dibley, very interesting, innovative company. Go and have a chat with them in the foyer at some point. Please welcome to the stage, Rachel McLean.
out, but this is me trying to establish my credentials as to why I should talk to you about this and give you advice on how to develop your career as an author. And I think the important thing here is not just the picture of me with Claire Balding, which I use at every opportunity, because she was a judge on the Kindle Storyteller Awards, but the fact that it took me 3 years to get from the point where I was publishing duds. I wrote books. I didn't listen to Alex Newton if you were in his talk this morning. I thought by aiming my books at multiple genres, I could get all the readers in all those genres and I could clean up. And actually what I realised is I got 2 or 3 readers who were in the intersection between those genres. So I wrote things like post-apocalyptic psychological thrillers. Not a genre. That book probably sells 1 copy a day still, even now. And that's only because people have read my crime books and got to the end of them and thought, what shall I read next? And they buy about that. Okay, I might not read the second book in that series. But it took me time. And I went through a long stage of learning, practicing what I learned, listening to podcasts, doing courses, learning about marketing, learning about craft, getting feedback from other authors, and hitting my head against a brick wall, thinking, how am I going to actually succeed and make a living from this? And I got there. And I think what I did wasn't fluke. Exactly what I did is not replicable now because the landscape has changed. But the kind of mindset that I adopted and the way that I looked at my business had a lot in common with the women that you saw in the panel first thing this morning about looking at readers and having a business mind for what readers want and what readers respond to.
You're becoming quite a powerhouse and such a great voice in our community, so thank you again for your brilliant talk.
So Rachel, just a second, how do you think it went?
I thought it was good. Yeah, I made them laugh. I got some good questions that I could answer. And I'm very glad it's over because I effectively ad-libbed the whole thing. And that was quite nerve-wracking.